Welcome to Abroad with the Burrells, a channel for travelers by travelers. Thanks for joining us in our brand new series as we explore the Windy City. Come along as we enjoy its most remarkable landmarks.
I headed to the sky,
Yeah.
Tower, Sears Tower, whatever you want to call it.
So this is crazy. This is the great view, but guys, look at your feet down here. Like if this were to give way, it's a wrap. It's all over.
Taste some of its staple dishes.
Chicago dogs.
Chicago. You got tomato, mustard, onion, relish, pickles, pepper, no ketchup.
And get an authentic feel of the city and its people. Hang tight and don't go anywhere as the Burrells eat and explore our way through Chicago.
Zooming or zone right now.
Chicago's one of those places we've always wanted to go, but you know how it goes. Life, church, work, responsibilities, other destinations. Point is, things always seem to jump the line, but now we'd finally decided it was time, and so we touched down in the Chi. She'll be there soon.
All right, this is our room in the Omni Hotel.
Very nice and fancy.
Uh-huh.
Has a very big mirror.
Mm-hmm. Little desk here if you want to get some work done. Pass-through room.
You're gonna go.
This is the bed with the view there.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. We got a TV in here too.
Very open.
There it is. And the bathroom, which is occupied at the moment.
This bathroom. Hey! Oh, that's the bathroom.
Mom got caught. All right, fresh new day in the Chi. Here with my two ladies. And we're just looking for some nice brunch to eat at the moment. We do have a tour plan later today. What's it called? A Gangsters Tour?
Gangsters and ghosts.
Yeah, Gangsters and Ghosts. So obviously it's gonna be Al Capone and all the Chicago stuff that went on.
Yeah, and it like takes us through where all dirt went down.
Yeah, beautiful, lovely day. I mean, the weather is as good as it gets. We're well rested, feeling fresh. Let's go grab something to eat.
We meandered a block or two off of the Magnificent Mile into a charming little place known as Beatrix. Full of tasteful decor and even tastier food, we lounged for several hours, just enjoying the time.
So we're at Beatrix. We came here for brunch, but we were late to the party. So
What else is new?
little bubbly for lunch. Woo! Sue's got some lemonade.
Cheers.
They're very buttery. And very good. And very long.
Hey, listen, very buttery is always really good. All done with brunch, lunch. 3 hours later, and we're headed to the Chicago Riverwalk. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, we have a tour in like an hour and a half, so.
Yeah, we'll stroll around, enjoy the city. It's a nice,
ice cream, of
of course. So we're easing into the first day. It's been a nice, chill day, which is kind of how we like to do it.
We slowly made our way to the Riverwalk, but being that it was our first time in Chicago, we got a little turned around, which Brooklyn couldn't wait to document.
We're going to the Riverwalk. There's like a trail, and you follow the trail, and at the Riverwalk there's this little like cafe where like there's ice cream and there's like drinks, you know. So we're going there right now, and it's kind of a little medium walk. And do you guys want to see it? Okay, that's that. So Mom and Dad were wrong with their directions, so you have to go through that again and up the stairs that was on. We have to go all the way on the other side. There's a bunch of traffic over here. Turn it. Traffic is moving fast today. Whoa! Big bustle.
Despite getting lost, we still managed to reach the meeting point ahead of schedule, which left us with some time to kill. As a result, Brooklyn came up with a lovely activity with which to pass the time.
All right, Brooklyn's found the Build-A-Bear workshop, so it looks like that's what we're gonna do right now. And I'm hoping because we're in Chicago, maybe it'll be some sort of Chicago Bears paraphernalia, but I doubt it. She's not a football fan like her dad.
This one?
Is the one you like?
Yep. And for the outfit, some dinosaur pajamas.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay, but hold on. Did you want this one here with the Chicago Bears? You know, did you? You didn't want that at all? Because you know this, we're in Chicago where the Chicago Bears play.
Yeah, no.
No? Okay. But you know, there's a football team here called the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
And you know, Baba, that's his favorite team. Your Baba, that's his favorite team.
No.
Baba, I tried to get her to, you know, she wasn't having it. You can see they have the stuffing machine right here.
Oh, because he's like gonna fill it up.
He's gonna fill it up, yeah. There's a ton of options for you if you want. There's a ton of different bears. These are your different bear skins that you can try. So see, they're all flat and empty, and then you get them filled up. All right, ready?
Dad for,
You got a lot of nerve wearing that Seahawks jersey around here.
Do I though? And the Bears lose. That's great. Alright, so this is what you're gonna do for me. You're gonna step on that pedal on the count of 3, okay?
Woo.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. First day in Chicago?
First day here. We just got here last night.
Oh no?
Yeah.
I lived here like 6 months.
Okay, got you. How do you like it so far?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Wow, look at that, babe.
Already. Go ahead and feel your front. Make sure it's nice and soft and fluffy. Good? Yeah? Alright, perfect.
We've arrived at our destination for the tour, the Gangsters and Ghosts tour. But gotta love this about Chicago. The architecture here is, I mean, gosh, look at that, man. Look at how these buildings are put together. What a skyline.
Welcome to Chicago. If you're not new to Chicago, welcome to the Gangsters and Ghosts walking tour. My name is Taka. I'm going to be taking you guys out today. We're going to be going out for about 1.5 miles. It's going to take us roughly 1 hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours, depending on how fast or slow we walk. And you guys will get a 10 to 15 minute break in the middle of the Palmer House to use the bathroom, get some water, rest your legs, all of that. Now, back in the high Prohibition era, the mid-1920s, this was also a busy area, but it would have been a lot less safe than it is today. We would actually be located in what would have been the geographical center of conflict between the North and the South Side gangs, the two main gangs of the city at that time. And we are on what is called Jewelers Row. That is the street behind me, Wabash. And as I'm sure you guys can imagine, having a high value business in a criminally dangerous area is ideal. The jewelers were nervous about going to work, scared they'd get attacked, just trying to do their jobs. So they came up with the either brilliant or crazy idea to put all the valuables in one place, and that is the Jewelers Building. They started building this in 1925, they finished up in 1927, and at the time obviously not true anymore, but I think it's a fun fact to see how far we've come architecturally. You guys see the cupola on the 40th floor up there, the dome on the top of the building? Now back in the 1920s, that was home to the Stratosphere Lounge, which was a restaurant that had a hidden speakeasy inside of it. That speakeasy was frequented by notorious Chicago gangster Al Capone.
Oh, well.
There were quite a few places downtown that he loved and would visit frequently. We are going to stop at a few of them and talk about them. But first, I get to take you guys down to the Riverwalk and tell you some ghost stories.
Great to be in downtown Chicago to learn the history of the place that you're visiting. That's the benefit of tours. You get to learn about things you wouldn't normally know what you're looking at.
Our next stop took us to the Riverwalk, which is situated along the Chicago River. Today, it's a warm and inviting place to be, full of restaurants and cafes. Absolutely a place you need to spend some time in if you ever find yourself in the city. However, a few centuries ago, the riverfront wasn't always so welcoming. Home to meat processing plants and slaughterhouses, the proprietors used the Chicago River as a convenient dumpster for their industry waste. Blood, animal waste, even whole carcasses were simply dumped directly into the water. What made it even worse was the Great Chicago Fire of 1871. You see, Chicago being built on marshland was primarily made of wood. Being easily flammable, the fire started and spread quickly. Looking to escape the fire, people naturally jumped in the river. However, being full of animal fats, oils, and carcasses, the river was set ablaze for 30 hours. People were literally being burned alive as they drowned. The city saw some 300 casualties as a result.
The tour continued, informing us of more of Chicago's tragic historical events that have led to ghost sightings and hauntings. Eventually, however, we found ourselves before one of the city's more famous landmarks.
Just last year we had George Lopez, Steve Martin, Kansas played, Jill Scott was here. So it is a huge landmark for us here in Chicago, and it was also a favorite place of Al Capone's. He really wanted to be perceived by the people around him as a cultured person, as a man of the arts. So Capone would go see a lot of theater shows, a lot of music productions, and he also really loved attention. So he'd wave to the audience, they'd give him standing ovations, but this was all at the height of his power and fame. Does anybody know where Al Capone was actually from?
Brooklyn.
It's not Chicago. Yes,
Yeah.
Brooklyn, New York. And he has a real wild streak. When Capone is 14 years old, he gets kicked out of school for slapping his teacher in the face.
Yeah.
When you get kicked out of school in 1914, you don't have a ton of options. He's met an Irish woman, they've fallen in love, they get married, they have a baby, he kills his first person, his dad dies. So all the big life milestones happening at once for Capone. And at the same time, Torrio decides to move business out here to Chicago. Torrio calls Capone back up and he tells him, I am in Chicago working for my cousin Jim Colosimo of the South Side Gang. I need somebody to watch my back out here. You are the only guy I trust. So Al Capone moves out here and he starts working for the South Side Gang. Jim Colosimo, who is the leader of the South Side Gang, is a real gentleman and he has his finger in a lot of pies. But they are all local. Things like gambling, brothels, racketeering. Torrio feels they're leaving a lot of money on the table by not getting into bootlegging. So he goes to his cousin and he asks, what is our plan for selling? How are we going to distribute? And Colosimo shuts him down. He tells Torrio, bootlegging is a federal charge. If we get into federal crimes, we're gonna be putting our entire criminal operation at risk. But Torrio is the type of guy who can't take no for an answer. So he goes to Al Capone and he tells him, if you help me take care of my cousin, I will let you be second in command when I take over the South Side Gang. Al Capone does not hesitate. He calls Frankie Yale. Frankie Yale comes to Chicago and he kills Jim Colosimo in a public fashion.
That's right.
And now everyone knows Johnny Torrio's the new head of the South Side Gang. And at 19 years old, Al Capone is his second in command.
It was nuggets of narration like this that made this tour in this city so intriguing. The fact that so many interesting people and interesting stories have transpired on the very streets on which we stood was cause for the mind to boggle. We continued on, learning more about the exploits of Al Capone and the Chicago outfit before we landed in one of Chicago's most renowned hotels, the Palmer House Hotel. The first Palmer House was built in 1870, but destroyed in the Chicago fire of '71. The one we all know today was constructed in 1925 and was one of Capone's favorite hangouts. Even to this day, the hotel remains as swanky as ever. And another thing to note, outside of Al Capone, there's something else that's tied to the Palmer House that's even more famous than the notorious gangster.
You are going to give me the front and center table of your Empire room every single time I visit. We know it happens to people who disagree with Al Capone, so they give it to him, and this becomes one of the places that he frequents. But this hotel is also known for something else. Back in 1893, the city was preparing to host the Columbian Exposition. That is the World's Fair for that year. Bertha Palmer does not want her hotel to fall into obscurity. She desperately wants to remain relevant. So she gathers her entire kitchen staff and she tells them, we need to come up with the most mind-blowing dessert the world has ever seen. It has to be creative, innovative, something to keep our name in their mouths. And they do it. They call it the brownie. It's a chocolate cake that can fit in your hand. That is the idea. The brownie was invented here, and you can still try an original recipe brownie inside if you're curious.
A few moments later.
What you got in your hand there?
So we're gonna try the original recipe. Brooklyn doesn't like that, so see how that goes. The original recipe. Ooh.
Strong?
It has like a glaze on top.
Looka. That's
I don't
Looka.
really know what it is.
That's Looka.
Take it back. It's super moist. It's very good. It's almost like, with the top, it's almost like a German chocolate cake.
Well, the original concept was to have a chocolate cake in your hand.
If this is how it originally started, and then we've dropped to where it is now.
It's fallen off.
You like it with the nuts? Good job.
There was so much more to this tour than could possibly fit in this video. Suffice to say that we would give it a 10 out of 10, and that its conclusion was quite the finale that whet one's appetite for further Chicago exploration on one's own time.
So that concludes the tour. It was a fantastic job, and our host Taka was phenomenal. We highly recommend that if you come to Chicago, and if you can, do Taka. She was an incredible storyteller and brought this city to life.
And guys, you guys, over that building where it says the Run letters,
The Congress Hotel.
it's haunted because there have been lights flashing and doors slamming by itself, and it's crazy.
Yeah. So you got to take the tour to get the story behind why they say that hotel was haunted, which is insane. So
Brooklyn wants a fancy dinner tonight, so back to the hotel, shower.
Cleaned up, showered, get dressed up, and we're going for something fancy tonight.
Oh, you fancy.
With that said, it was time to head back to the hotel to clean up and get ready for Brooklyn's fancy dinner. However, we couldn't do that before running into yet another recurring issue.
What you got there, babe?
America's favorite segment. That's what time it is
Well,
again.
I don't know.
90 pounds of water because my wife thinks she's gonna drink all 12 of these in 4 days in London. Yeah, 150 pounds of water in 4 days.
3 days.
Yeah, there we go. Now we're in Quebec and my wife got me carrying another thing of water. Here we go again, YouTube.
Babe, should we get a
See
bag of
this?
chips?
See what my wife got us doing? Look, every time, YouTube, every location, it doesn't matter where. Yeah.
She might be their favorite segment.
Yeah, you're right. Brooklyn is America's favorite segment.
But this is a classic.
Yeah. We don't have a name for this one, so if you guys can think of a name for this one, please suggest it in the comments. But anyway, here we are again in another city. And I'm carrying waters for Jamie because you guys know how many she puts down per day. Maybe 4 or 5 of these a day? 6?
More than that.
Yeah. So, there it is.
Thirsty. What can I say?
I used to protest. I don't even get upset. I don't even get bothered anymore. I already know what it is.
Thanks, hon.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We're heading out to dinner now.
Dinner time!
Yep, fancy dinner. My little
Jameson's coming for the journey. We're going to a place called 101 Club Chicago? Something like that. It's supposed to have a rooftop restaurant. So the weather's beautiful. It's been like 86 today, so it should make for a pleasant evening, but we'll see. It's a quick little ride, quick little walk actually.
mom is beautiful.
Oh,
She's
you're
quite gorgeous.
you're so sweet, my
She is
family.
a stunner, an absolute stunner.
Love you guys. All right, babe, what'd you get?
Steak frites.
Steak frites.
A little bit different from what you'll get in France, but I mean delicious in its own right.
I got the branzino.
Forgive us, guys. It's already like somewhat eaten, but we couldn't wait.
We're like, oh, we should film.
Right.
Zoo's waiting on her pizza pie.
Got
We'll
some
get there.
fries from Daddy.
The evening was fantastic, but we couldn't stay out too late. We had a big day tomorrow, an appointment that I've been waiting for since childhood.
All right, you guys, this is it. We're heading off to the Cubbies game. This is Jamie's
At
first.
Wrigley Field.
Jamie's first time at Wrigley Field, and Brooklyn's too. Yes, indeed.
How exciting.
So we're Giants fans, obviously, being from the Bay Area. You know, go Giants. But today,
When in Chicago.
hopefully the Cubs fans can adopt us. We'll be Cubs fans for a day. So a little background information. The very first time I'd heard of Wrigley Field or learned about it was when I was a kid. 7th, 8th grade, I was playing Ken Griffey Jr. baseball for Super Nintendo. And I would play as or against the Cubs, and they had this really cool stadium with this green ivy all over the outfield wall, and it just was so intriguing to me. I was so blown away by it that I wanted to play as the Cubs all the time.
People love it. That's why they come here. A lot of people come just to see the ivy. 1937, the Vec group, I guess he planted it originally. It was for a better look, I guess, and a little bit of a cushion along the wall as well.
Yeah, super unique. No other team has any growing on their outfield fence.
The balls got stuck in the ivy before when I planted it out there.
There goes Conforto, and that ball is slapped into right. Soler, it's going to get by him and roll all the way to the wall. Conforto's going to score easily. Flores around second, and now the ball's in the ivy out there, and Dexter Fowler put his hands up.
I've seen countless balls go out there and get stuck, and I think they tell the outfielders, don't reach in there and play, throw your hands up right away. But the ivy can do some crazy things. Seeing some guys get some extra bases out of hitting the ball into the ivy.
Ever since then, I knew I wanted to go to Wrigley Field. Then I'd start watching baseball on television. I'd see Wrigley Field with the iconic ivy and the old classic American baseball stadium.
I'm Darrell Wilson. I'm a scoreboard operator for Chicago Cubs. Wrigley Field is one of the oldest ballparks besides Boston. It's been around for over 100 years, and basically nothing has changed in the scoreboard since 1938. While the Cubs game is going on, my job is to post scores inning by inning and pitching changes throughout the league. The reason why I believe that the scoreboard is special to fans because it still keeps that old luster of the old-time ballpark I've seen a lot of modern parks, but Wrigley Field has an authentic, original feel of how baseball began.
The point I'm making is it all started from video games. And Mom, you told me that video games rot the brain and not good for us. Look how much video games have taught me. Thanks, Mom.
Thanks a lot.
And in a brief ride to the north side of Chicago, we finally reached the place I'd been watching for decades, Wrigley Field. All right, guys, here we are, Wrigley Field. We made it.
Woo!
Let's go. It's a vibe right now. You can feel the buzz.
Hear the national anthem right now.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get in.
So we're gonna walk it in here.
You can't bring selfie sticks in.
It's not a selfie stick. It's just a GoPro. It's not a selfie stick.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Good?
That's different. I can rock with this.
You're not supposed to put a ketchup on Chicago dogs, but we're just a ketchup only girl, so tough luck. We're from California.
Bam, 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 bam. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. What'd you think, Mom?
What a fun experience.
Yeah.
It's like good old fashioned.
Right?
We didn't see like one rowdy drunk person. It was just all good fun.
Just clean fun today. Great day at the park.
Then outside the stadium, they got some cornhole. They got a splash zone over here.
The family's still having a great time. Dad's playing catch with their sons. It's awesome.
You're there too?
The Cubs game alone would have been enough to make our day. However, there still remained another item on the agenda. We had to make our way back downtown to take a look at Chicago's Navy Pier. Okay, so the first stop is to do the flyover Chicago, which is a new ride, I guess, in the Navy Pier area.
sort of a virtual reality. I don't know virtual reality, but it's like a ride where you are
Flying over different places.
yeah, I don't know how to describe it. You're sitting there and they have a big screen in front of you, and if you've ever been to Star Tours at Disneyland, you know what I'm talking about. We have to go up? Oh, it's right here.
Oh, Chicago.
Yep. Let's make sure. Yeah, I think she did it. I think she made it.
My head, except my ponytail, but my head, yep, it went over the thing. Okay.
Not a little girl no more, huh?
Flyover Chicago, something special. I struggle to put into words what it actually is, so I'll let them explain it.
You're at the beginning of your journey. A custom immersive experience awaits upstairs, followed by a short safety briefing, and then you'll move on to our state-of-the-art flying ride. It'll take your breath away.
Even the build-up to the ride presents you with the visual smorgasbord. The pre-flight is interesting and stimulating and serves to build up the anticipation. Our favorite part was the incredible video that plays right before boarding, paying tribute to the city and people of Chicago. As for the ride itself, mind-blowing. Easily the very best in its class.
Okay, review.
Oh my gosh. That was the best ride ever.
Is that AWB? That's AWB.
We saw the beam.
That's AWB approved.
Stand up, baby.
We saw the beam.
Yeah, we did. Would you tell people to go on that ride? Would you recommend it?
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Guys,
That was awesome.
do that ride.
Win at Navy Pier.
When at
Do
Navy Pier, do
flyover.
fly over Chicago. It is worth every penny. It's a hefty price tag, but worth every penny. I cannot endorse it enough. Thank you, baby.
It was so fun.
Even exploring Navy Pier was a lot of fun. The place is full of restaurants and cafes, and just generally full of interesting things to see. Once you step outside, there's even carnival rides and a big Ferris wheel for families to enjoy. Unfortunately for us, we'd arrived too late in the day to catch any of the rides, but we're determined to return to make sure Brooklyn got a crack at them. It's also worth mentioning, this is where you're going to catch any of your Lake Michigan boat tours if you're here during warm weather. Absolutely, this is a place worth spending some time whenever you're in the city.
We've worked up quite the appetite, so now it's time to try
Dun, dun, dun.
I know.
There's like 3 major pizza restaurants that
Deep dish stuffed pizzas.
Yeah, some people are team Giordano's, some people are team Blue Malnati's, some people are team Aqua.
Something like that, I don't know.
So we're trying the first of 3 Giordano's.
Yeah. Can I get your plate, please?
Yes, please. So I know you're biased, but how does this compare to
Lou's?
Yeah, Lou's.
I like their crust, but I like our filling. So
Okay.
if they had a baby, it'd be the best one ever.
Okay, so this is gonna be the first step in our comparison between Giordano's and Lou's.
Okay, look at that. Deep dish is different because they put the toppings inside. So
Wow.
if you notice, it's like the toppings and then the cheese and sauce are on the top. It's literally like a stuffed pizza.
Yep.
I don't know, I'm kind of
Gotta
like,
eat it with a knife and fork.
Yeah. And we got the chicken sausage, which our Uber driver, Chicago native,
Recommended.
told us, like,
Yep.
you gotta do this.
And he said no one does it like Giordano's, so. You love cheesy and doughy.
It's so cheesy. It's so good. He said that Giordano's has chicken sausage, which not a lot of other places have it. I mean, it's fantastic.
Wow.
Right now, I don't have anything else to compare it to.
Yeah.
But
Scale of 1 to 10.
oh, a 10.
Love
I mean,
it.
I'd come back for sure.
Wow.
And it's like, but it's, I don't know. I almost don't think pizza. It's so big and thick. It's almost like lasagna.
Like lasagna, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Like a ziti or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But cheese and bread and Say less.
Delish. Well, that's going to do it for this first episode of our Chicago visit. Be sure to stay tuned for the conclusion as we enjoy a city food tour.
All right, let's see.
The official. It ain't as good as Giordano's, is it?
No.
Oh, it is good.
It's good. I don't know, that's hard.
Yeah?
That's hard.
We also make sure Brooklyn finally gets to see the world famous bean.
Where are you?
Hey!
And we take a cruise along the Chicago River, examining some of the city's best architecture. If you heard or saw anything that was informational or inspirational, be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the noti bell to stay abreast of our upcoming adventures. Always remember, traveling is not just about the destination, but who you share it with. From our family to yours, we encourage you to get out there, make it happen, and have fun.